Genshin Impact is spoiling us with not one, not two, but three brand new characters for version 5.3. Our newest character, Lan Yan, is going to be a 4-star. Based on her lore and design cues, I think she's going to be free, and I think she's going to be good. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Jello Impact, where we build and test every single character to help you decide who you want to wish for and build. So people have already been talking a fair bit about her kit. We have a pretty good idea of what she's going to do, but as always, we're very early on. It's a long time before the characters actually release, so very much could change. There could be buffs or significant character reworks or even nerfs. So we're not going to go anything too detailed. We'll just be talking about the kit in general and who I think her best teams will be, why I think she's going to be free. But first, I want to talk about her design and her general lore, the official lore. First of all, she has a really beautiful design. I love the bird motif, and teal is my favorite color, and I am definitely a big bird guy. I'm also a big like paper crane guy, and so her little paper birds that she's making, it's beautiful. I love the bird in her hair. I love the teal and the silver. The color scheme is absolutely gorgeous. I am a huge fan of the design of this character. I only wish she was a 5-star because 4-stars generally just don't get as nice animations. So my only complaint is that she's going to be a 4-star. But let's talk about her official lore. Don't be fooled by her young age. She's been weaving rattan handicrafts for a decade at least. When I was a kid, I thought it'd be funny to trample one of the baskets at home. Luckily for me, Lan Yan and her grandpa came to visit that day to check our geomantic energies. If she hadn't helped me repair that basket, I'm sure I'd have gotten a knuckle sandwich. Haha. Gaming. Okay. So this is, we know she's from Liyue. Hint, talk about that more later. Name Lan Yan. Title, Spring Woven from Jade, Master Rattan Weaver of the Chenyu Vale Artisan Association. Very nice. Vision Animo. Constellation, Hirundo Lazuli. Hirundo Lazuli. It's a bird. Very cute. Very nice bird. Does she have the Animo sound? No. Sorry. The Natlan sound. No, she has the Liyue sound. I'm really curious. Do you think she'll have the Night Soul state? I'm guessing not, right? It would be really out of place for a Liyue character have the Night Soul state, which is a bit of a shame because Night Soul state characters are kind of broken because they can use the Night Soul artifact set. She is Animo though, so as long as she can use the Viridescent Vendor set, as long as they don't screw her kit up somehow, that she can't use it properly, then Viridescent's still a broken set. Not as good as the Natlan set. Well, yeah, it's not quite as good as the Natlan set, but it's still a really broken set. Oh my god, a novel. All right, we're gonna read it. You can skip ahead if you want to see the kit. Lan Yan, Spring Woven from Jade, Master Rattan Weaver. Madame Lan, are you there? The rattan chair my grandmother left me is broken. You're the only one who can restore this old antique. Madame Lan, I've heard you are well versed in a curious art. I've come here today to discuss the matter of weaving rattan figures. What are rattan figures anyways? Ah, yes. Very nice. The weaving, yeah, very nice. Lan Yan, are you home? When can we go outside with the fluff fleece goats again? The people of Chenyu Vale, both young and old alike, can often be found gathered outside Lan Yan's door. Though they may leave empty-handed more often than not, their requests are never ignored. Every visitor is a guest, and Lan Yan's mother greets them warmly. I'm very sorry, but Lan Yan is up in the mountains again. Please have some tea and rest for a while. I'll be sure to tell her you stopped by. Whether playing by the stream, gathering vines for her craft, frolicking with small animals, or sitting in the forks of tree branches weaving, Lan Yan has always loved roaming free in the forested mountains. Like a swallow, she flits between the wilds and her home, so swift and nimble that even her own family rarely knows where she is. If your matter is truly urgent, you can venture up the forested slopes yourself, follow the sound of distant singing, or the soft tinkling of silver adornments, and you might just find the free-spirited young lady you should seek. Should you spot her through the trees, be sure to call her out and she will greet you with a smile. Despite her nature, Lan Yan is no swallow to be startled by the slightest noise. You came looking for me? Have a drink of water while you catch your breath. You didn't bring any? That's fine. Have a sip of mine. Alright, well, she's very sweet. She is very, very sweet. Okay, so why do I think she's going to be free? Well, 5.3 is traditionally Lantern Rite Festival. And what are the odds? We get a brand new 4-star that's Liyue inspired just in time for Lantern Rite. Whereas every single year so far for the last really long time, maybe always, we've gotten a new 4-star during Chinese New Year. Genshin Impact is a Chinese game. So for Lantern Rate, we've got a new 4-star. So Gaming last year, Yao Yao the year before, Yunjin the year before that. And I wasn't playing the year before that. Maybe it was Yanfei? Question mark. But yeah, so Lanyan, she's going to be free. And so that's the thing. Next part is, I think she's going to be good. Now, I don't know that she'll be broken or super meta. It would be really unusual, but very cool if Genshin Impact decided to give us a super meta 4-star. I don't think she'll be super meta. I think she's going to be good though, and I'll tell you why. Lanyan is going to be an Anemo Shielder, our first Anemo Shielder, which is really, really nice. So that's going to be good for teams that want a shielder, but might also want to use the Viridescent Venerer. So this will also be potentially an alternative to Citlali on a bunch of teams. So for people who maybe don't have the primos to go for both Citlali and Mawika, to get another shielder that has a pretty strong debuffing artifact set, that seems pretty cool. I'll do that teammates tier list again, an early teammates tier list, so we can talk about who Lanyan might be good for. But there's a couple other things about her kit. So first of all, her shield only lasts 8 seconds and has a 16-second cooldown. Now there's some ways to get around this. Her C6 gives her 2 charges. At least that's what people are saying. You didn't hear it from me. But also sacrificial fragments can be used to refresh her skill as well. So if you're running a character that has a longer field time, but you can switch out, like Novelette or Arlecchino, you could refresh the buff. And the thing is, Viridescent Venerer doesn't actually last all that long. So you do ideally want to be going back onto her to refresh the shield and refresh the buff she's applying anyways. At least that's my gauge. We're really early. We have no idea. You know, it's going to be hard to say for sure, but that seems like a problem at first, but it does seem like there are remedies around it. And a lot of characters don't have that long of an infusion window, and you usually want to be applying VV right before you swap to your on-field carry anyways, so it might not be a problem that she only has an 8-second shield uptime. It would be nice for it to be a bit longer, maybe 10 seconds, just to give a bit of a leeway. She also will infuse the element that she swirls, it seems, and will apply some of that element. So that could be good or bad. Until we can actually test that out and see how that's going to go. This could be helpful in applying, you know, some extra hydro or cryo for vaping or melting, or it could hurt applying extra pyro preventing vaping or melting, depending on how the infusion works. So the jury's still out. All right, so as usual, I would like to talk about which characters might benefit from this character's kit to see, you know, how she could impact your future pulls. Obviously, you probably won't be pulling for her. Maybe you will be, but I'm going to put great option because I don't know that an Anemo Shielder will be a 4-star Anemo Shielder will be best in slot for anyone. It's unlikely, I feel. So I'm going to go great option, good option, and we'll end like question mark, and then nah. Okay, so Hu Tao, I think she's going to be a great option for Hu Tao. I'm not going to lie. Having an Anemo Shielder, even just swirling Hydro, and you run double Hydro with Hu Tao, is still going to be solid. But possibly you can run her with Xingqiu Bennett and Lanyan, and she can swirl both Hydro and Pyro, or maybe Moika is a big buffer. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that there's some creative possibilities that might make a double swirl team more comfy for a bunch of characters. I don't know if she's going to be able to double swirl, right? I don't know. So this is totally subject to change. I'm assuming there will be a way for her to double swirl. If there's not, then that will reduce her value probably. But even just a single swirl should still be good. It won't be as good as like something like Shalonen, but it should still be good. I don't know how much a cryo shielder really helps Ayaka or an Anemo Shielder. You kind of really want either Shalonen or Kazuha for the damage bonus, and she will fall off versus one of those characters, but also Freeze, you know, you have Freeze as your defensive utility, you have a healer, so probably not something like Ayaka. Wanderer, like if Lanyan's damage is pretty good and she can get buffed by Farazan, maybe that, because Wanderer really wants a shielder. So I think at least a good option, maybe even a great option. It really depends on Lanyan's personal damage, I think, and I have no idea how good it's going to be. I don't know if I've even seen anyone do calcs on it yet. So for now, I'm going to put it in question mark, but I think it's going to be at least a good option. I don't know. I'll leave it in good option. It could be great. It really all depends on her personal damage. I have no idea, but I don't want to overhype, so we'll put it here. Alhaitham doesn't want anything to do with Animo. Sethos, you know what? I think that this could be a really cool Sethos option. I'll have to make sure I build up my Sethos a bit more because it's really annoying to be interrupted with the charge shot playstyle, but you also really want to be aggravating and you really want to be swirling, and this could be perfect. Lanyan could be perfect for this. Sure, you're not going to get as much damage bonus as Kazuha or EM bonus as Sucrose, but being an Animo shielder could get you more DPS, so this could be a great option for Sethos. No synergy with Chiori, Dea, Mika, Beto, Sino. Sino can't switch out, and he needs a long field time, so he needs a really long field time shielder. So nah for Sino. Mualani. I feel like it could be a good option for a Mualani. I'm not the hugest fan of Animo Mualani teams. I know some people really like them. If this could be interesting, if you can do Shilonin, Moika, and then Lanyan, and if you could somehow, get the double swirl and infuse Lanyan with Pyro, and then apply more Pyro to get more consistent vapes, that could be good. Could be good option, could be great option. I don't know. With Animo characters especially, it can be very finicky until you actually try it out to really know how things are going to go. But she's definitely going to be a great option for Novelette. Great option, I guarantee it. Novelette, you can run Novelette, Farina, Lanyan, and Shilonin. She can replace Kazuha. And for a C0 Novelette, I would take the shield over the damage bonus, for sure. You get a lot of damage bonus already from Farina, Shilonin, and his kit. It's not like it's not helpful, but being able to have a shield is awesome. And as a free-to-play option, so you don't have to wish for Kazuha for your Caesar Novelette, great. Really, really great. I think that will be a really strong option for a lot of players. Doesn't work with Emily. Chaska doesn't want to run Animo, so that's a no. Shilonin, no for Kinich. Sijuin as a healer. Chlorand, an Animo shielder. So this means that maybe instead of running Shilonin, you could run Nahida and then not run Kirara. So I think it'll be a good option for Aggravate. I don't see it being a best option unless somehow Lanyan's kit, maybe I missed something or maybe she gets buffed or something else, but being an Animo shielder, she'll probably infuse with Electro, she'll apply some Electro, doesn't really matter unless she does good personal damage. She does scale off EM, so you'll be getting some like decent aggravates. I think overall it'll be a good option, right? If you don't have Kirara, don't want to use Kirara, and you have Nahida, you want to use Nahida, whatever, I think that'll be a good option, and it'll be a shielded option for Nahida teams. So, I mean, Nahida, especially if you don't have the key of Kajna's suit on your Kirara, Nahida does give more buffs than Kirara does. So between Nahida, you can run her on Instructor, and then she can pass Elemental Mastery to the team, and maybe you have, her signature, Wandering Even Star, and then you can run Lanyan as your defensive option. I could even see it being a great option, actually. I'm kind of convincing myself I could see it being a great option. Nilou, no, obviously. Venti. Risley. Does Risley want an Animo? No, I think that Risley really just likes to use Shilonin. It's really good. Linny might really like this. Because, yeah, you're losing Kirara, but you're losing Kazuha, but you're getting a shielder. And with VV, this should be, a Zhongli replacement, especially with easy rotations. Yeah, I think that she'll be a great option. I think the character might be good. I don't want to get ahead of yourself. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe the shield actually really sucks, right? I'm just going off of her basic kit right now. Maybe there's jank in her and using her, that's awful. But for now, I'm kind of optimistic. Navia, no. Dory, Ganyu, I really like it to be, but getting a cryo swirl and then also setting up, Bennett Shangling sounds tough. It sounds tough. I want to cope, but I don't think it'll work. Gaming, Gaming doesn't really want a shielder, so I'm gonna say nah. Ito, nah. Hyper Bloom stuff, Electro stuff. Arlecchino, I think it'll be a good option for Arlecchino. I think same as here. I think it might even be a great option. A lot of people run Zhongli. If you can get a double swirl with Lanyan, or even a single swirl and a mono pyro, be a good option instead of Shallonen, and you get Shielder. And you know, I think people will like it. People like Shielders, right? There's another tier, by the way, just so you know, right? Just so you know that I know that I'm not saying she's gonna be broken, right? Best in slot option. Is she going to be best in slot for any of these characters? I don't think so, right? Technically best in slot, but comfort, she's a shielder, so people are gonna like it. That's how it goes. So no, ooh, yoimiya might really like this because yoimiya really badly wants a shielder. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to try that. Eula, no, Nahida, Heizo, Farina, Zhao, kind of the same thing as Wanderer, except he needs a shielder less, and he already has like a full team slot. So I don't think Zhao. I'll put him in question mark just for now. Ayato, I'm not seeing. Well, I feel like Ayato is hard for me to rank right now. I'm not even gonna rank him right now. I need to think about Ayato more. Child, if you can double swirl. Can't group though. I think Child really wants grouping, so And yeah, I think Ayato really, I think you need Farina Bennett Kazuha to do the pyro infusion thing and you get some vapes, or you can do like the soup thing. And again, I think Kazuha is just so important to Ayato's teams. That's what I think, the reaction soup teams. Shenhe, could we see any sort of cryo thing with a mono cryo with a, nah, I don't think so, maybe. Someone told me to try a Shatter Chong in Plunge. I have to try that. Right, I did try that pre-buff. I didn't test it post-buff because I forgot to put it on the sheet. I'll have to look at it later. Raiden doesn't want a shielder, so nah. Klee, it could be good for Klee. Mono Pyro Klee, similar to Linny for people who want that. Klee really loves the grouping because of her good AoE though. So I think it's less good for Klee, because she wants Kazuha in particular. These characters and these characters, Keqing sort of the same as Cloran, but she has a few more iframes, so I'd say it's not as important. And Yanfei has a shield built in, so I'm gonna say nah. So honestly, that's pretty cool. I think that, you know, Lanyan will be a nice pickup for a lot of players. She'll be free. I'm pretty excited for her. I think she looks really, really cute. And yeah, I'm excited for her. I'll definitely make a guide for her. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're going to get her and choose her for your Lantern Rite, probably. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. There's a giveaway in the comments if you want to enter it. And if you don't want to do any of that, it's totally fine. Just watching the video has been more than enough. Thanks so much. Bye for now.